Mr. Blaney.
Well, thank you so much, and I want to thank the members here who are our witnesses. Thank you for your service to our country, and thank you for your service to our veterans. I really deeply appreciate it. I'm going to come to you first, Mr. Benjamin, because I'm really compelled by your story, and unfortunately, I've heard similar realities of people from different ethnic backgrounds and Indigenous backgrounds that are facing significant discrimination and racism during their service time, and the lack of speed to really respond to that. So I'm just wondering if you could just explain a few things to me. And I also want to start by apologizing, because I feel like one of the hardest parts of doing this work is that we actually ask people to come to this place and tell their personal stories and basically bleed in front of us so that we can prove that it's really happening. So I just want to apologize that that's where we're at and that that's what the system requires. And I also just want to say, if you feel uncomfortable, please just let us know that. So you said you started your service in 1982, and I'm just wondering if you could share with the committee how long you served.
I served just possibly a few days, less than 2 years.
Thank you, that helps. And so part of the reason that you left, it sounded to me very much, was based on what you were seeing. You talked about seeing Inuit people that were there serving, and their last names were being mocked, and a lot of the abuse was really profound. I'm just wondering if you could share an example of what you witnessed or experienced during your service that really was painful in terms of racism.
One incident still haunts me to this day, because I use the word weed out because it's a military term that is used to eliminate people within the ranks, I believe, in any armed forces across the world. So one individual still haunts me to this day, and I use that word compassionately, because they went after him. His name is, I remember his first name is Thomas, and he was from Kuujjuaq, I believe. And they were unmerciful to him, to all of us that were at that time, we were known as Indians and Eskimos. So this poor guy came to me and he cried to me, and I couldn't help him because I couldn't help myself as to what was going on. And this was just happening one by one to all the Indian and Inuit veterans that were serving. And I always say that 1982 was the year that Canada's Constitution was repatriated back to Canada, and there was a sense of, for me, it was a sense of duty to serve my country. And you can't serve your country with a criminal record. And I didn't have a criminal record when I went in the military, but I sure got one when I came out. You know, so I wasn't that same person I was when I went in. And to some extent, I'm not that same person I am today. But that doesn't mean I'm going to lay down and give up. I struggle at times. I'm coming back all the time. And one of the reasons that I could say I'm doing better is because of this person here with her organization. So she's helped me a lot, and countless other veterans, non-Aboriginal. You know, it's a brotherhood and a sisterhood when we get together after the service. There's I guess a lot of forgiving, but there's probably not any forgetting. So that was my experience, and I can't deny it.
Well, thank you for that. And I think it's really important because we recently did a study on women veterans, and we heard from a lot of women who left, and the reason they left was because they weren't getting the support. And so what you're telling me is that also the Indigenous component of veterans often faced multiple challenges that are not documented. And so trying to get that benefit that should be tied to it, because there's a different service that you did, and when you faced that service, it meant you also had to face extreme racism, and that's traumatizing, and that's not where you want to go to serve your country, not to be traumatized. So one of the other veterans that was Indigenous that was here earlier talked about the fact that VAC doesn't have a place to bring together all veterans who are Indigenous to talk and to come together and explain their experiences so that VAC can hear that feedback and really look at their services. I'm wondering if you feel that that would be something that would be a good decision for VAC to do.
Absolutely, yes, I agree. Yes, I'm sure there's going to be positives and negatives as in anything, but I would agree 101% to bring Aboriginal veterans, whether that's First Nations, Inuit, Métis, bring them together. There's always room to improve. Nothing is perfect. We can always make inroads and maybe even change some minds.
Thank you.
Thank you.